Hello and welcome to another Ask Cheeky. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist, and this week's question comes from Jasmine Dahlia. I'm not hired yet. Everybody else is getting hired. What's wrong with me? We get this question a lot, or similar versions of this question. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your PhD. You are valuable. Your PhD is valuable. It's just you're very likely invisible to employers. And so what the strategy that you're applying, what you're doing, is what's keeping you from getting hired, not who you are or your training. Okay, as a PhD, you have a lot of skills that you probably don't realize are valuable in industry because you're surrounded by other PhDs who have these same skills. It's important to realize that less than 2% of the population has a PhD. It's still a very rare thing. It's also important to realize that as a PhD, you have a lot of skills like speed of learning, researching, data analysis. Those three skills in general have been shown. There was a recent report, for example, by the McKinsey & Company, the consulting firm, that said that those skills are the most valuable skills right now. And in fact, in 2020, there's not going to be enough people with those skills for the jobs that require them. Think about it. With the rise of big data, data analysis is really important. The ability to do research is important. The ability to learn quickly is very, very important because things change very rapidly now, again, with the rise of new innovative technologies and the rise of big data. Are you thinking about these things, or are you just thinking about your specific academic background? Are you trying to match a job title to your specific academic background? It's not going to happen. Are you using your academic job titles on your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and really focusing on the university you went to or your publications? This is the wrong way to think about it. This is an academic mindset that would have made you successful in academia if academia wasn't broken. It's not the industry mindset you need to get hired. So check your strategy. And in general, stop focusing on your resume, stop focusing on your academic background and your academic accolades. Instead, focus on networking, cracking into the industry networks that you need to get into in order to get hired. Start getting introductions into people who are working in industry, setting up informational interviews with them, asking them how they got their job, how they transitioned, why they transitioned, what they do on a daily basis. Right? These conversations often lead to insights about job opportunities at the companies those people work for. Okay, so networking, getting job referrals, setting up informational interviews, that's the most important thing you can do. Focus on the broad strokes. Don't focus on the minutiae, right? As PhDs, we get sucked into the minutiae. You got to focus on strategically, the big things that you can do. And networking, setting up informational interviews, that's where to start. Secondly, make sure you're spending time actually creating a job search strategy and recording it. Get a spreadsheet, create 5 columns. Keep track of all the companies that you've reached out to, or the companies that the job postings are related to, or the companies that your informational interviews are related to. The second column, you can actually keep track of those specific job postings or what the specific job opportunity is. The third column, put the person you're networking with, somebody who works at that company. That's going to be your point of contact, the person that can be your referral or the person you're giving your resume to. The fourth and fifth columns, keep track of the last time you talked to that person and the next time you plan on talking to that person. A simple spreadsheet, 5 columns. The key is recording your progress, keeping track, going after multiple job opportunities at the same time. This is what it takes to get a job. Your job search is like a second job in itself. The key, though, coming back to what I said at the beginning, you're valuable, your PhD is valuable. You're likely just invisible because you're executing the wrong strategy. Once you get the strategy right, you will get hired. As always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.